Well, speaking of the law,
Mm-hmm.
a suspect who was under arrest,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my best affect, and you're going to have to guess who was saying this.
Yeah.
The suspect asked for, "I need a lawyer, dog."
Okay.
But the judge
White guy?
but the judge says he asked for a lawyer dog.
And what, didn't give him a lawyer?
Well, let's find out.
All right.
This will teach you to speak Ebonics.
Well, wait a minute. Is it a white guy?
No, it's not a white guy.
Oh, I wasn't clear.
No.
Okay.
On Friday, the Louisiana Supreme Court declined to hear an important, or should I say impotent, appeal involving the constitutional right to counsel. The case involves a man who voluntarily agreed to speak with the police.
Daquan Jenkins.
Well, you're close. You might have to help me out with this last name here.
All right.
When Warren, and his last name is Demesme.
Demessi? Demessi?
It's DEMESME.
Demesme?
Demesme.
Demesme. Okay. Warren Demesme.
Realized that the cops suspected him of child rape.
Mm-hmm.
He told them, per the trial court transcript,
Yeah.
"I don't know that I didn't do it, so why don't you just give me a lawyer, dog? 'Cause that's not what's up."
Okay. Are you kidding me?
I'm not
this
kidding.
Is so going to get overturned in appeal. But go ahead.
All right. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that when a suspect asks for an attorney, the interrogation must end and a lawyer must be provided.
Okay.
But the police disregarded Demesse's, or whatever his name is, request, and the trial court ruled that the statements he subsequently made can only be used to convict him.
Okay.
Demesme appealed, arguing that his Fifth and Sixth Amendment right to counsel had been violated. A state appeals court held that they were not, and now the state Supreme Court has declined to review that judgment, with only Justin Jefferson Hughes III voting to take the Demesme's appeal. Justice Scott Crichton, Crichton, Crichton,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
penned a brief opinion concurring in the court's decision not to hear the case. He wrote, "Apparently in absolute seriousness that the defendant ambiguous and equivocal reference to a lawyer dog does not constitute
Come on.
does not constitute invocation of counsel that warrants termination of an interview."
Come on. That's... Let me guess. The ACLU is now informed.
Well, I don't know, but this guy asked for a lawyer dog.
Come on. Are we really getting to the... look, if he's a rapist, good. You know, I'm glad that the system fucked him here, and I hope he gets fucking life or the death penalty if he's a rapist.
Right.
But, that being said, in the bigger picture, the way you speak... I mean, think of it this way. You know what he was saying. He was saying, I want a lawyer. You know? If he was Tanzanian, I'm going to go with something that's not common. You know, if he was Tanzanian, they would stop the interrogation to find a translator to figure out what the fuck he was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because he's Ebonics or Ebonic guy,
Yes.
they're not. That's bullshit.
No. Give me a lawyer, dog.
Yeah, come on. You hear the word lawyer in an interrogation room. That's kind of the buzzword to stop.
Yeah, but he wanted a lawyer dog.
Okay, but and the cops thought they were going to be cute? Well, obviously they were, but they thought they were going to be cute by not saying, "Do you mean you want a lawyer?"
Yeah.
Instead, they were like, "What? No." I mean, here's my real question, and this is why this sounds fishy. If this is indeed the case,
yes,
and the cops kept on going, why didn't he say, "Wait a minute, where's my fucking lawyer, dog?" And the cops didn't say, "We don't have any lawyer dogs."
Well, it seems like our fans in the chat room have plenty of photos of lawyer dogs.
They do have plenty of them, so maybe I'm wrong, but
I mean, look at that collie. He's in there ready to defend.
He's in. You see what I'm saying, though, right?
I know what you're saying.
How did this interview continue to where he admitted stuff?
I don't know.
I mean, he asked for it, but then kept talking? That doesn't happen, does it?
It didn't say he kept talking. It was just that he was denied his rights to a lawyer, is what they're saying.
But they said they had evidence. He was found guilty, wasn't he?
No, they said that his words were used against him because he did not have counsel, prior to asking for. They used all the words prior to him asking for the lawyer dog against him.
But they would anyway, even if he didn't say lawyer dog, if he just said lawyer, they would use everything up until that point against him.
And I think that's what they're saying.
Okay, they're not saying
that he continued to talk. No, doesn't say that.
Oh, then fuck him.
Reasons Ed Krywinski explains that, of course, this assertion is absolutely absurd, Chris Aiken.
Yeah. Okay.
Dismiss me was not referring to a dog with a license to practice law. Since no dog exists outside of memes, which there are plenty of in our chat room.
Yeah, no kidding.
Rather, as Karwinski writes, Demesme was plainly speaking in vernacular.
Look at Joe in the chat.
That's a lawyer dog.
I have a reputation for being an ambulance chaser. It's really good.
That is good. Let's see here. The statement would be more accurately transcribed as, "Why don't you just give me a lawyer, dog?" D-A-W-G.
Mm-hmm.
The ambiguity rests in the court transcript, not the suspect's actual words. Yet Crichton chose to construe Demesme's statement as requesting a lawyer dog Esquire. Lawyer D-O-G Esquire.
Right.
Rather than interpreting his words by their plain meaning, transcribed ambiguity notwithstanding.
Right.
In doing so, Crichton and the trial court may well have run afoul of Davis versus United States, the controlling U.S. Supreme Court precedent on this matter. In Davis, the suspect had told his interrogators, "Maybe I should talk to a lawyer." No lawyer was provided. The interview continued, and the suspect made incriminating statements that were later used to secure his conviction. The Supreme Court held that none of this violated the Constitution. It's reasoned that in order to invoke his Fifth and Sixth Amendment rights, the suspect must I can't even say
ambiguity.
Request
ambiguity.
It's UNAMBIGUOUSLY.
All right, skip that word.
Request counsel.
All right.
The court
ubiquitously.
Yeah, ubiquitously. Right. Whatever. The court elaborated. The constitutional standard then is whether a reasonable police officer in the circumstances would interpret the suspect's words as a request for counsel. So now we have to interpret his words.
Right.
Demesme's statement clearly, plainly clears this bar. The Davis court was quite explicit that the suspect need not speak with discrimination of an Oxford Don.
Come on. This is really a story?
It is. Well, the thing is that, this is somebody who goes, you know what? I'm tired of these guys not speaking English.
Yeah.
And using all this slang and using this ebonics and using...
More than likely not respecting the court.
Yeah. It's just like, I'll get you a lawyer, dog. Ha, ha, ha.
Yep. And not thinking full well that it would get tossed, but you didn't give a shit.
No. Because you just get to the point to where you arrest enough of these guys and they're all, and you're just like, fuck this guy.
Fuck
Give me
you,
a
dog.
lawyer, dog. They're just like, I'll get you a lawyer, dog.
Yeah.
He need only get the point across, yet because Crichton refused to interpret Demesme's words as a reasonable police officer surely would, he asserted that no constitutional violation occurred. Yeah, I don't know. I looked up lawyer dog in our directory of lawyers. I didn't see anybody in there under that name.
Yeah, didn't see him.
Ironically, Crichton's musing probably makes this case more vulnerable to the U.S. Supreme Court review and reversal, as you just said. Mm-hmm. The justice unintentionally illustrated a real problem. Courts can manipulate the reasonable police officer standard to conform to their own synthetic preferences, or syntactic, rather. Transforming a straightforward, if informal, request for a lawyer into a argle-bargle.
Argle-bargle?
Yeah, A-R-G-L-E -B-A-R-G-L-E.
Right. This is officially a story with too many words that nobody knows.
Argle-bargle.
Argle-bargle? Never heard of that.
Police officers can then follow their lead, willfully misinterpreting anything but the most polished and proper demand for a lawyer.
See, this is so going to get overturned.
Well, it is, but the thing is that they probably ran into this guy probably numerous times. I don't know this to be fact.
You don't know this is first offense?
No. And they're just like, you know what? I'm tired of this fucking guy.
Right.
And I'm tired of this kind of bullshit. And this guy talking to us like, yo, man, yo, dog, shit, whatever. And they're just like, fuck that guy.
What was that? Shit bim boo?
Yeah. What'd he say? I don't know, man. It was an argle-bargle. Who knows?
Argle-bargle. Just a bunch of shit bim boo.
Yeah. And they just went, you know what? Screw this guy.
Right.
And that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, that is something.
Yeah. The Supreme Court can forestall this constitutional subversion by taking Demesme's case, presuming he appeals, and clarifying that a reasonable police officer may not deliberately ignore the intent of a suspect who colloquially but unequivocally asks for a lawyer.
Okay.
Otherwise, lower courts and police officers can wriggle out of the Constitution by pretending to be hound-mad boneheads.
Okay.
So it's just like, I didn't understand what that guy said. He said something about Dawg or something.
Yeah.
Did he say Dawg the bounty hunter? What the fuck was he saying? I don't know.
Yep.
Did he ask for a lawyer? No, he just said something about lawyer Dawg something or other. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he'll be free soon enough, and he'll get paid.
Right.
That's why these guys wouldn't have fucked up.
Yeah.
They should have just fucking got him his lawyer because he's going down anyway.
Sure.
He's a rapist that they caught. Give him his fucking lawyer. You got him. Stop being cute.
Well, that's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Not the smartest move, but okay. I get why they did it, but it's going to end up paying him. He's going to get paid for raping somebody.
Yeah, but nobody thinks about that at the time.
No, I get it. I get it then, but the judge in the lower court should have said, wait a minute, we're not fucking... Stop right there. Redo this fucking booking. You know, we're throwing out the confession. Do you got any more evidence? That's what they should have done.
Right.
Now it's going to turn into a big thing, and God forbid that the cops were white. God forbid that the reason that they did this is because it's racism.
Of course it is.
Where's Al Sharpton to fucking step in, man?
Sure.
That's why I asked before if the ACLU is involved.
They haven't touched this one, but of course this is already into the state Supreme Court and everything.
Yeah, well, they'll jump in if it goes to the U.S. Supreme Court. You know they will.
Sure.
Society.
It is. It's just getting worse and worse. Look at that. Look at Eddie Rock's got an Argle Bargle in the chat.
Argle Bargle.
That's what it looks like.
Okay, I didn't realize.
I didn't either. I learned a lot from this show.
No kidding.